Alright guys, how's it going today? I'm going to show you some cold weather tips on your BMW to look out for when it's cold. Today it is 11 degrees and a 20-mile-an-hour wind, so we're going to try to get through this video without freezing to death. It's so cold I can barely talk. Let's go to this E46. I'm going to show you a few things. Okay, so the very first thing is tire pressure. When it gets cold outside, your tire pressure is going to drop. Make sure your tire pressure is good. Depends on what year you have. You could have a tire pressure monitor on the inside. These tires call for 44. The tire pressure monitor is going to want 32 to 35. So beware of that. Also, the biggest thing on the interior wise, be cautious of anything plastic, your outer door handles, any interior door handles, your seats. Just like any other time, don't kneel in the seats. That'll rip the seat out. Even in the summertime, it'll do that. In the wintertime, it's even worse. So I would say other than that, on the interior, you know, everything's going to be working slow at this temperature. Let the car warm up good for you to go and drive it. Your window regulators on a BMW, you never, ever, ever roll the windows down when it's freezing cold outside. That is guaranteed to bust a window regulator. Same goes with the sunroof. Sunroof is known to have condensation in the tracks. If you try to open it, those gears on the motor are plastic and it will shatter those off. In your battery, if your battery is dragging down when it's cold outside but not when it's warm outside, it's probably on its way out. Dead battery is probably the most common issue with any car when it gets super cold outside. The next on these cars is going to be your PCV system. Now on E46 and older stuff, the PCV system is under the intake. They have a tendency to freeze up a lot more. The condensation in that PCV will freeze up. As the car warms up, you let it idle warm up, that'll go away. The newer cars have them on the valve cover. They tend to heat up faster, and they even have a PCV heater in the tube. That's really cold. You can hear the wind blowing or not. And that condensation will freeze. That'll help thaw it out. Next up is going to be your windshield washer tank. If you have the blue stuff in it, it looks like this does. It'll freeze the pump and break the pump. It'll make it leak and seize up. You don't want that. Make sure you always put antifreeze in here. You know, really, there's not too much other than any other car. Check your antifreeze. Make sure your antifreeze is good. Your power steering fluid, if it's really dirty or your filter is starting to get stopped up in your lid, the power steering will be really slow. At cold weather, if you put Chevy power steering fluid in it and you try to drive it in cold weather, you're probably not going to have any power steering, or it'll be really slow. Same way under the hood, if you had to work on the car and it's really cold outside, be cautious. Plastic does break a lot easier whenever it's this cold outside. So anything you touch, you know, power mirrors, any of that stuff, I wouldn't function any of that stuff in below freezing temperatures. I know a lot of this stuff goes without saying. A lot of people don't check that stuff. They drive the car just like it's 90 degrees outside. You can't do that in cold weather. In cold weather, especially on a BMW or any car, you have to be prepared. You have to take care of future problems. Slight problems that might be a major problem in the future you need to take care of before it gets cold outside. Those problems will always show up or never fails will break down when it gets cold. Then you're going to be outside walking or trying to get a hold of AAA or somebody you know to come pull your car into the shop, and it's going to be a mess. That's it. It's cold outside. I'm going in. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.